Hello, my name is Aiden Kurtek. Everyone in the world shares certain experiences, good or bad. As many people might know, stress and anxiety is a big problem, and that's why I hope to make you aware of the stress of everyday life and convince you to lessen its effect by learning to manage it. This problem started for me when I was in 7th grade. This was my first year in drama club, and the pre-performance nerves hit me hard. The stress of this performance made it difficult to remember my lines. Every year since, I have learned new tools to manage my stress and be able to perform to the best of my ability. I believe my experience in managing stress gives me the credibility to speak on this topic. Today, I would like to share some of these techniques with you. Throughout this speech, I will explain the problem, examine its impact on our lives, and share a few solutions I have found over the years. First, to fully understand how to overcome stress, it is important to break down the details of the problem. In my experience, I usually get stressed before I have to do something outside of my comfort zone, or something that I've worked towards for a long time and want to do well at. In the article, What is Stress? It defines stress and isolates when it happens. Quote, stress is how we react when we feel under pressure or threatened. It usually happens when we are in a situation that we don't feel like we can manage or control. Unquote. This can be extrapolated to find the idea that stress can happen anywhere, but is more common in places that you feel threatened. According to the American Psychological Association, quote, concerns about money, working, and the economy top the list of most frequently cited sources of stress, unquote. This means that job-related stress is one of the most prevalent types in the United States. Even if it's not work stress, everyone has to go through stress in their everyday life. To minimize its effects, it is important to learn how to manage it. Next, I'll examine how stress impacts our lives. Stress impacts everyone in one way or another. This stress impacts our emotional and physical states. According to the American Psychological Association, quote, the consistent and ongoing increase in heart rate and the elevated levels of stress hormones and of blood pressure can take a toll on the body. This long-term ongoing stress can increase the risk for hypertension, heart attack, or stroke, unquote. Personally, when I'm too stressed, I don't speak well. And if I'm stressed, I freeze up. So I try my best to minimize stress before performing or giving a speech. The only thing that stress usually helps me with is running. On some of my best races, I was stressed before getting up to the line. However, I was nauseous, paced a lot, and did not feel good. This for me is the worst part of stress. The physical reaction to stress is sometimes unbearable for me. Finally, I will give you some tricks I use to minimize stress in stressful situations. If you can manage stress, it will not be able to control you. One of the ways I use to manage stress, I learned in this class. If you go to a superhero pose for a few minutes, it can help you become more confident in yourself and allow yourself to mentally prepare. Another thing I try to do is give myself a pep talk before I have to go into a stressful situation. This helped me to achieve some of my greatest accomplishments. I also like to do a little dance before I do something stressful to remind myself that life is what you make of it, and all you have to do is try your best. These tricks have saved me over the years from having mental breakdowns and giving up at certain points. They also helped me to be not stressed out about socializing with people around me. Thank you very much for listening to How to Learn. Thank you very much for listening How to Learning to Manage Stress as Effective Life.